What's going on, guys? Welcome to another session with Phrankleen. If this is your first time, thank you for stopping by. So these Jamaican woman has a powerful message for Black immigrants. Okay, she basically in that video was talking to Jamaicans, but I believe these spans, across for all Black immigrants. I'll let you watch the video clip very quickly, and then I carry on with my comments. Okay.
You see, this message is for everybody at Jamaica who have killed themselves to come a foreign. Foreign nice, me not lie. Foreign nice. There's a lot of opportunities here, but one thing people not telling about foreign. And when time people do telling about foreign, and the things say them bad mind and they don't want to come here and the whole shebang. So let me tell you about foreign. There are opportunities in America. Me not lie about that, because things where we can attain in America in a small period of time probably will take somebody a lifetime in Jamaica to reach those same achievements, right? But with America, you have to understand that this is a plantation. The society was built off of the same formula that they use to maintain the plantations. So when you're coming at the workforce in America and then tell you about the American dream, and you did try catch the American dream, which is the house with the white picket fence, the husband, the 2.5 kids, the good education and the big job, and all of these big cars and everything where you have to maintain. The catch is you're going to work till you're dead, till you're literally dead, turn over, resurrect, your soul come back in a new body and work again to pay off the American dream. Okay? So me I tell you now, said the American dream is a fraud. You can come get it if you want, but you are going to work till you're dead. You have people who in their 50s, 60s right now are work double shift, 16 hours a day them are work. And then can sit down, then can go to the door, go sit down and chill and laugh with them bridging like how you do a Jamaica on the job. Then can show up late at morning time, then can I go, then can have bad customer service, then can drink one beer pan them break. Then can do none of that. Them have to go to work and you literally walk. Some people only get one 30-minute break in an 8 hour. When you're supposed to get 2:15 and a 30. And when your 8 hour done, your boss come and tell you, say, yo, you have to stay. You're mandated to work another 8-hour shift. And because you have to pay for all of this American dream where you got trust from the bank, and you have all of these loans and debt, you have to stay there to work that other 8 hour. Right? So, run come a foreign if you don't want. But me I tell you, say, be prepared for the truth. And the truth is, you not go work till you're dead. And if you not work till you're dead, you not go almost dead. So here I want to do. When you come a foreign, have a 10-year plan. You work hard. You get every money where you can get. You send your money back a yard. Me don't want to hear about how Jamaica violent. Me don't want to hear about that you buy a piece of land and you build one house and you put on one car down there and you cut.
So I've got about 5 bullet points and I'm just going to knock through very quickly. Now, bullet point number 1, illusion of inclusion. That's basically what we're being sold in the West. Now, regardless of what your bank balance is saying, you may be up there, you're making money for yourself, you believe to be living in a nice house, you drive a nice car, but as an immigrant, as an African, as someone who's gone into the West, we're sold an illusion of inclusion. What do I mean? It's a system that's designed to cater for the West's, whatever hosting nation, Britain, US, whatever, Germany, wherever you find yourself. It's designed to cater for their own best interest, all right? And it's designed in such a way that there is easily these illusion of what appears to be, the basic amenities which Africans find fascinating. And the reason is a bunch of us come from Africa where, people can easily say certain things are not working as they should. Talk about basic amenities and stuff like that. So you get into a system where it appears to be working, but it's designed in a way to kill you to death or kill you off with taxation, get trapped into that system whereby you are the one funding that system to keep going, and it ensures that you are caught in the cycle of rat race. Now, if you look at the Black community, I always say this, at the bottom end of the spectrum, there's a bunch of black people trapped at the bottom of the spectrum, average earners, caught up in long hours, the cycle of lengthy hours, dealing with daily microaggressions, dealing with truckload of outgoings and having bare minimum to even save. And sometimes they don't even have, you know, being trapped in financial problems, health issues along the line and stuff like that. And these illusion of things that look shiny in the West, the way the system is designed gets a lot of our people get caught up, whereby it's difficult to come out and look back and be able to trace their steps back to where they came from in the motherland Africa. You know, for most people, deep down inside, they have the love of the continent. They have the love of their home countries, but they can't leave. They can't break out of the matrix because the Western system is, the orchestrator's been bloody clever in how they've done it. So Africa, even though very resourceful, the world needs Africa to survive. Africans, a lot of Africans are in difficult positions that then form a justifiable reason for them to troop out to the West and turn their backs on their home countries. So basically, this is why I say it's an illusion. When we are leaving, when we go to the West, the mindset is, I'm going to look for greener pasture. But most of the time, for most of our people, it's usually not a case of greener pasture. I hope you understand. Now, bullet point number 2 is, don't turn your back on Africa. Sadly, the case for a lot of Africans, they say where you find yourself is home and whatnot. That's fine. That conversation is subjective. But I'm of the opinion that if you're living in the West and you're an African, you are black, you're Jamaican, whatever, you are living in an environment where you're being tolerated. That's a fact. And unfortunately, as soon as people start to procreate in the West, having children and all that stuff, you know, and they get more grounded in their Western environments, they're working, the children are schooling, they've managed to get on the mortgage ladder that they're going to have to pay off that property for the next 20, 25 years. These things ensure that you're deeply rooted in the West. So being able to pull yourself out and move back to Africa becomes really difficult for a lot of people. But my main message today will be, don't turn your back on Africa. We are being tolerated in the West. And whether you like it or not, whether you have a totally different opinion, the agenda is, I've said this before severally, and I'll keep saying it, to gain total control of the continent called Africa, Al-Kabulan. And when and if that happens, if we are not careful as blacks, as Africans, we'll end up being tenants in our own lands. Then you soon realize that the West that appeared to be a home to you for years will become harsher and move you into a tight corner. It's coming. Now, when I say don't turn your back on Africa, it includes your children. These anyway, I'm going to talk about that one in the next bullet point, further down now. Bullet point number 3, I already talked about that. We are being tolerated. Know this and know peace. Sadly, a lot of black folks in the black community, they live in denial. This is one of the things that rattles me, that drives me up the freaking wall, because people come here and they become self-appointed gatekeepers, blindly defending the West. And we're being shown, you know, think about here in the UK, the Windrush generation, you know, all sorts of atrocities that meet the black folks and black community on a daily basis. Grenfell Tower, the ill treatments over the years. But still, there's still some black people that are delusional, that do not see and understand the simple fact that we're being tolerated. And if you're in an environment where everything is designed just to tolerate you, I think it's a huge writing on the wall for you to know that get what you can all you get. I'll say that again. Get all you can all you get. You know, we should be thinking of repatriation at some point. In your fatherland is where you get mental freedom, whether you like it or not. And if you choose to die in the West, that's okay for you. But the truth is, We are Africans for a reason. Bullet point number 4, watch out for the credit trap. The Western system is built on a credit-based system, and unfortunately, a lot of our people are caught in it. Debts, mortgages are good, if you know your way around it. And the moment you get into that lengthy financial agreement with financial institutions in the West, you're saying you're going to pay back across the length of 20, 25 years. And should anything happen, you fall short, they take that off you. You've pretty much lost all that you've worked for over a period of time. Somebody might say, oh yeah, if you're not paying, if you're not unable to pay, and they'll sell and give you what's yours. There's been plenty of cases. There are cases every day where once the bank takes over your property, they will lie, connive with other authorities and say they've sold it for a discounted amount just to recoup their money, to ensure that they keep you out, leave you out of pocket. And it's happened to a lot of people. You end up in depression, people commit suicide, people lose everything that they've worked for many years. That's not to dissuade you. There are plenty of black folks that live in the West that have mortgages and all that, but that's to let you know, credits, people, you take out credits to drive your car, you take out credit, credit cards, student loans, credit, even for clothing, credit to fix your kitchen. And that's to ensure that you remain inside the rat race. I know people that are battling with, paying off credit cards, bank loans, and they get caught up in that cycle for years. They're unable to break free. Now it's like the end of the year, the Christmas season. For those that celebrate Christmas, it's heavily commercialized. It's designed to suck people in, to reel people in. You feel compelled to buy so-called Christmas presents and stuff, and people don't have that cash. With the cost of living that's rising every day, you get forced to take out loans, payday loans. They get forced to slide into bank overdraft, credit cards, and then January, February, March, April, May, in the new year, they are battling with debts. Even go past half of the year, they're still battling with debts. I was speaking to someone the other day, and the guy said, credit card bill from December of 2021, he said, I'm only 70% through in terms of paying back. And he said, Christmas is around the corner. I'm already cracking my head. What do I get for my children? And I shook my head. This is the case for so many black folks, where they enter into financial entrapment in the West, and they're unable to ever get the chance to even be able to buy flight tickets. They wouldn't be able to afford to even pack their bags, have spending money, and be able to visit Africa, talk less of investing back home. Now, bullet point number 5, let your children know Africa, take them home, teach them your language. This is the story of so many Africans, right? They get blinded by the life in the West, the illusion of inclusion. There's a total disconnect, and a lot of black children, African children, black immigrants that are born in the West, there's a total disconnect. They end up having identity crisis in the teenage years and in their early adult years as they grow through the society in the West, because there's a total disconnect. Even though they are black, they have my own similar complexion to me. They don't know their roots. They don't know their true black history. They know nothing about their bloodline. Some of them have never stepped foot in Africa. Some of them, maybe mommy and daddy took them home when they were babies. They've gone a couple of times. They don't have an understanding of anything. And the only life they know is life in the West. And there is thousands upon thousands of these type of black youths and youngins that are growing in the system, because there's a disconnect, there's identity crisis. The worst thing that can happen to a man is not knowing who you are. When I say man, I mean man and woman. And this is why this idea of Africans are the only people that believe, oh, I'm now in the UK, I'm going to turn my back on Africa, my children don't need to go home. And there is also one thing I need to add, particularly like in the Nigerian community where I belong. You hear things like, oh, there is no need for me to have an investment in Africa because the children we are having now, we're having them in the West. They're not going to go back there to live there, so I don't need to have properties or buy lands and stuff. These are these are the very dangerous justifications that we have for disconnecting from our roots. And it's very, very dangerous, very, very toxic. Because, like I said, you are living in a system where you're being tolerated. You are going to grow old, you leave this planet, you go. And if you've ensured that the children that you raised, they are already victims of total disconnect from their roots, from their identity. They have no clue who they are, and they're not going back home. What's going to happen to them? What's going to happen to the generation after them? Are we thinking? So I hope you enjoy my message. What do you think? Let's carry on having the conversation below. I hope that there wouldn't come a time where Africans will become tenants in their own motherland, which is Africa. My name is Phrankleen. It's been an absolute pleasure. Follow me on Instagram at Phrankleen, as it's spelled on my YouTube channel. If you like what I'm about, please smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and smash the bell button. Select the all option so you're notified when I upload a video or when I'm on a live stream. And I will most definitely catch you in the very next one. Peace and love. Bye-bye.